we're super hyped here tonight for the Mountain West semifinals. The Rocket League you've been waiting all evening for. This is Boise State versus Fresno State. Boise State, the only team in the Mountain West with a perfect record, 14-0. That means in this round robin, we've beat every team twice. And we're looking to do it again to Fresno State, whose current record is 8-6. I'm your host here, Colby D'Angelo Alloway, and joining me on desk is Colin Risky McJunkin. And tonight, I gotta ask, is Boise State on the road to winning the Mountain West Championships again?
Oh, you best believe it. We're definitely on the road to get there. This is the semifinals. This is that one step right before it. So more than anything, are we prepared? And I think our record displays that more than anything as well. 14-0. Come on, baby. Like, that's too easy for us, you know. And sort of just, going for it. I think we are on the road, and I think it's going to be a little bit of climb. We've seen some teams that have given us some trouble, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't think it's anything outside the realm that Boise State can handle.
So as we get into this, what do you think is most important mindset-wise? Because, of course, you could fall into the trap of like, we're 14-0, we've got nothing to worry about.
Oh, no, you definitely can. And we talked about that a lot as well, of not falling into this. And, I know we on desk, you and me, I've talked about before, there's this fine line between being too prideful, but also, holding your head up high, right? You know what you can do with the ball. You know how you can play. You know your expectations, and you hold yourself to a higher threshold. And that's exactly what I think, we do as a team as well. We have that confidence in the back of our play, but we're not too overzealous about it.
All right, and just as a reminder for Mountain West Rocket League, 3v3, soccer, best of 5. This is not a best of 7. Competitive maps, golden goal, sudden death. We've seen a little bit of sudden death tonight.
Oh, yeah.
So, if the semifinals is not where we're going to have sudden death, I don't know where else we will here. And as we go for this semifinals, Colorado versus Nevada is the other semifinal. So we will play the winners of that if we win here tonight. And to help us win here tonight, we have Doc's keys to the game. In Rocket League, set play style, understand rotations, play to follow up, and sweaty comms. Doc's keys to the game are brought to us by Drop-In Gaming. Drop-In Gaming is the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you are new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. To begin your competitive gaming journey, sign up at dropingaming.com. And it honestly looks like we are ready to get right into it here tonight. Boise State versus Fresno State. Who's going to come out on top of the semifinals and go against Colorado or Nevada?
Oh, yeah, getting right into the 3 seconds already into it. Durtha was already up for that ball. Instinct off that backboard. Gill sending around the backboard there. It might not be a whole lot of follow from the Broncos, as I believe that would be Hyena with control of the ball. Now Hawks up off the sidewall. Instinct's going to have the good clear of the corner, going for the 50. Regicide is up, might get the 50 touch. Gill is going to go ahead and win it, send it off for the mid. Is it going to beat? No, it's going to be sent off right by the wall for Fresno State.
It looks like as we bounce things up in the middle, we have Lalo just going to get that shot on goal. Almost it will be subverted by Boise State there. And we do see Durtho kind of popping it up in the air. Regicide's able to get that touch and kind of disrupt things. Gill almost gets that goal, sets up the touch for Durtho. That touch is going to be subverted by Hyena there as we send it straight up into the skybox again. 4 minutes and 9 seconds remaining. No goals for either team yet.
Instinct might have a shot. It is there, but it is going to be blocked by Regicide. Sending it right back up. Boise State's offense is on full go right now. Gill with the touchdown. Instinct might be there to follow. Durtha's going to go and play third man here. Off the ceiling is going to miss the touch. This is an open net, but Gill is there to save. Wow.
Redside's trying to take down the Kings on Boise State here, as they should. We see Hyena kind of putting things in the corner. We're going to see Instinct try to get a little dribble there. Send it to Durtho Mainfield. Regicide's just going to straight up take that. And then we see Gill pop that up in the air. Just kind of popping this back and forth like popcorn. And it's going to finally hit the ground and go to Hyena. And we do see Lalo kind of as the little escort there, trying to get it to the other side of the field.
Oh, Durtho almost got the pop over one, but Regicide looking for the pass, now looking for the demo. Instinct and Gill are up for this, but Instinct's the one to stay with it. Hyena's not going to be able to stay with this ball, now leaving Hawks as a solo defender playing off the corner wall. It's going to keep possession of the ball. A little bit of mistouch. It's out mid. Gill a little bit on the back foot. It's going to be shot on net, but Instinct's going to save it, send it off to the corner. Is there a follow-up? There is. Hawks sending it out mid as well. Hyena getting a backflip. Is going to be cleared by the Broncos here. Not full possession yet. This might be a shot on net by Dirt, though. The power, it is not there, and Ox is going to get the clear.
Looks like as we kind of go back up on the side, Regicide's going to spike it right down, and it's going to go right back up, kind of passing back. Dirtho has stolen the ball. Will they be able to get a shot on net? Looks like they're going to send it off the backboard. Gill's ball. Gill's shot gets disrupted. Dirtho trying to reset it back up, but Regicide is here to put a wrench in all of Boise State's plans.
Instinct off the ceiling, gets one touch to Gill. Gill not even put any power on the shot, but Dirtho pulling up the same exact play off the ceiling. Gets the touchdown. Gill's there waiting. The shot sidewall. Instinct!
That was, I think, all three members bouncing it back and forth, right? We see Gill bounce it back. We see Instinct. We saw Dirtho with the setup, passing it to Gill. Gill gets the bouncy bounce, and Instinct is going to send that in there and get us our first goal of Boise State versus Fresno State. That's Boise State up 1, 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining.
2 minutes and 15 is still a lot of game left to play, but that's also a very long time for the first goal to be scored there. Fresno State's defense was holding up outstandingly, but just as I say that, Gill's going to put another shot on net. Boise State's offense is firing on all cylinders right now.
Regicide's stopping these Kings from scoring here right now, except he could let that one get behind him. We do see Lalo get the demo onto Gill while Hyena gets a shot on goal. That goal will not end up handing out for Fresno State. Time dwindles, 1 minute and 44 seconds remaining as that ball just goes rolling casually through the orange side of the court, excuse me. Regicide's going to take it far and away into the blue, and Instinct, that's just a score from midfield. Instinct, our previous player of the game for the night, definitely showing up, wants to be player of the game again.
What a shot and angle to where Regicide's not even able to get there. Zero boost in the tank. It's not going to help you.
Not fast enough, Regicide. Looks like as we kind of go in there, we see Lalo kind of get the way of the 50-50. Hyena's going to kind of go up over on the side. Dirtho's going to send it up main, kind of doing some aerial dribbling there. Regicide's just going to, bump it enough to disrupt.
Gill looking for the 50, does follow it out. Dirtho's going to send it up on the sidewall, looking to play off the ceiling, gets the first touch. No reset, it's going to be killed off play-wise by Regicide. Hyena putting a shot on net, but Instinct is there to save it. Now the 50 off the ceiling wall. Leolux is off the ball, playing Boise State's side. Gill's left to defend. Dirtho sending off the sidewall. Instinct still got to follow up. A lot happening right here, and Boise State's just grasping for air and find any bit of room they can get. They do find it. Here's the offensive counter they're looking for.
Massive clear all the way over into the blue, almost scoring a goal there. We see Gill send it back, bounce off that back wall. Hyena's been sent away by Gill. We do see Instinct kind of bouncing it back and forth. Looks like Layla, ooh, that was a nice little bouncy bounce there. And then we see Gill kind of go up on the side of the wall, while Layla's trying to stop that goal from happening. Hyena's going to be the one that gets that final save, though. 24 seconds. Fresno needs to score 1 goal every 10 seconds to tie this up.
They're trying to play on the fake, does get it.
Was he saying sneaky here? We see Instinct kind of looking like they might be setting something up, and then Dirtho kind of gets the fake, dribbles it around behind him, really stunting on Fresno State right now.
Just play on this hyper-intensive awareness of the game, where they need to be at. Dirtho making a really good just kind of flip right there. Getting that speed set. Lalo sending off the backboard. Putting a shot on net. This could be Regicide's opportunity. Is he going to make it? Instinct on these 5 seconds that are left. Looking for a clear. Fresno State's trying to stay alive, but with 3 goals, that is too tall of an order to ask as the clock hits 0.
Boise State taking round 1. What do these stats tell you?
Pretty even overall. I mean, we kind of just look at this and kind of slowing down a bit. Just looking at 59% total shots and 52% side boost. So the game, data-wise, it's telling us that Boise State was very much in control here, which also score-wise, that's the case as well. And I would believe, as my opinion as the caster on desk here as well, I believe that to be the case as well. Boise State had a lot of control over the pitch and knew what to do with the ball a lot of the times, and there was no kind of real hesitation in their play. And I think that's the benefit of, warming up for so long that they've been throughout the night.
We've been playing all night.
They've been playing all night. They're warm. They're ready. And also, sort of speaking, like, CRL, in my opinion, is a very high-stakes competitive tournament as well. So kind of to step back as well and to take this, like, all right, CRL mindset into, Mountain West as well is a really deadly mindset for Boise State to have as well.
And I also think that the big thing that Boise State's doing right now is accuracy of their shots. Because 52 is only slightly more than half, but that 0-3 tells a completely different story.
Yep.
Boise State just has so much more accuracy or a stronger defense than Fresno State. That's kind of like stopping all those shots. Because it's not that Fresno State is taking, so many less shots. They're just not landing.
Yep. And as a defensive perspective as well, that data does not show for it as well. Who had saves, who had the most, right? So I think also defensively wise, Boise State was on it as well.
Going to pass it over to Instinct. Instinct gets a little bit of a clear, kind of sends it back to mid, but Lalo's going to take it right over into the orange there. Send it right to Durtho. Those three members of Boise State kind of circling for the ball. Durtho's going to be the one that goes up and gets it. Instinct is going to dink it over into the blue. Not be able to get the second touch because of Lalo. Lalo knew that he was going to try to bounce that off of the backboard and was like, no, no, no. And then a massive clear for the side of Fresno State sends us on to Boise State, actually kind of in some dangerous territory here as we go up and see people collide midair.
Durtho now for the ball. Hyena look and make the touch, does get it. Instinct now has control of the ball, looking to play around. Lalos is going to get the touch. Regicide sending it off the backboard as well, or on the sidewall as well. Durtho sending it up, elevating the ball, so does Hyena elevate with it. Instinct with the shot, going to play it down. It is saved by Lalos. Durtho looking to still stay on the ball. Regicide also playing tough on it, gets a little drifty on the wall. Gil's going to get a big clear here. Durtho still on it, gets one off the sidewall, dipping down, doesn't get the flipper set looking for, but Lalos does.
Lalo, I think, has been the big defender there, and it looks like Gil's the big defender for Boise State here as we kind of send things over to Gil. Looks like Hyena's going to be the one that gets that a little bit of a clear over into the corner, kind of send it over. Looks like Instinct is just a little bit too far, has to turn around midair, unable to get that second touch to get the score that they need. 3 minutes and 32 seconds, no goals on the board.
Instinct now on that. Gil looking for this backboard clear, does end up getting it. Hyena looking for the shot on net. Instinct going to go again. Now it's Gil sitting on this backboard. Durtho with a good little clear. Regicide now off the sidewall. Does fake the first touch, looking for a pass out. Gil does disrupt that plan. Hyena playing with it. Gil does get a really good demo on Lalos. Instinct with the shot off the sidewall. Isn't going to make real progress there. And now Fresno State out of the canter. Will Gil get there in time? No.
Not quite. Gil gets there. Just touch it, but not quite enough there. That is the first goal on the board in this best of 7 for Fresno State. Boise State currently down 1 as we watch that replay. 2 minutes and 58 seconds remaining. Lots of time for Boise State to score a goal.
Oh yeah, a lot of time, especially at this very competitive level that they're at. They're gonna find a way. There's always gonna be gaps that are made throughout a game. They're hardly are too many games in this competitive format that stick at a 0-0 score or 1-0 score. But just like that, Instinct gets that demo, giving Gil an opportunity to take the shot. Hyena plays it down into Durtho's hands. Durtho off the sidewall. It's going to get bumped off the play, taking Durtho out. Gil takes the shot. Instinct's going to elevate with the ball, get first touch, looking for 2 more. Gets the flip reset, gets it over 1. Ooh. Gil trying to take a shot, results in a demo anyway. Durtho now off the backboard. Isn't able to make a clean read on it. Gil is the last defender here. It's going to have to make a touch. Beats 1.
Looks like as we kind of send things over, Instinct currently has possession of the ball. Just barely going to get that touch disrupt up into the sky. Lalo's going to kind of send things over to Durtho. Durtho's trying to set up a shot, not able to get that touch. So now we are in orange territory. Gil, the final line of defense for Boise State, is going to get a massive clear and almost a goal. Except Lalo's going to defend that and not be able to get a score of their own. Can they defend against Durtho? Looks like right now they can. But can they defend against Instinct? Yes, they can. Again, this is a lot of shots on goal being made by Boise State that are not landing in. Ooh, Durtho goes sailing into the net, but the ball doesn't come with him, and that is a massive clear for the side of Fresno State. Boise State down 1, minute and 33 seconds remaining.
Oh!
Right as I say that, they're going to tie that up, minute and 32 seconds.
The defense of Fresno State just hanging on by the skin of their teeth, but is not able to react strong enough to this pass. Instinct playing it out beautifully to Durtho, and just, you don't ever expect the ball to go behind you, and that's exactly what Durtho did, and just like that, tied up with about 1 minute 32 seconds left.
Regicide was too fast, put the pedal to the metal too hard in that little rainbow car. It looks like as we kind of go in, Regicide is going to pop it up into the air, around midfield, try to get that touch, bounces off the backboard. We see a member go sailing into Boise State's goal, but not the ball. Durtho's going to get a pretty big clear, pass it to Gil, pass it back. Regicide is in net, ready to defend, has teleported from the other side of the arena.
Gil making the pass out to Instinct, trying to make it disruptive little touch. Right side, booming the ball down to the other side. Sort of ping-ponging it back and forth now here, going to the other corner. Laylo's taking control of the ball, going to the other side. Gil off the ceiling, is going to make a touch, a double commit, leaving Instinct in the back. However, is going to make a great defensive effort. Going to try and go for the 50, is going to be played over. Does get a demo on right side, giving some breathing room to Boise State. Dirtho's elevated, but is not going to find anything. Gil looking for a pass, does get disrupted. Right side gets the clear off. Laylo's disrupting Dirtho's pass play a little bit. Off the corner, does get it. Is anyone there to follow? Not from BSU.
Looks like as Instinct kind of sends this up and passes it over to Laylo. They will not get the goal right now, but they're still circling the goalpost there. We see Gil kind of zooming around the field. We see Dirtho kind of set up main. Man, that was a violent spike. Ball goes up and then down, and then just is in midfield waiting for somebody to take possession. As these final 8 seconds dwindle, it looks like we might be going into overtime.
Instinct now at the bicycle kick. Hyena might have a last-ditch effort to send it back. Dirtho looks on pace with the ball. Laylo's trying to slam it down. Does slam it down, sends it to overtime. Looking at a restart here, looking for a pretty long-winded game here in just game 2.
Round 2 in our best of 7, 5 seconds and ticking up. Boise State and Fresno State 1-1. But, of course, overtime is par for the course in the semifinals. But Dirtho's going to make sure that is a short and sweet.
Taking a big little play out of here. This is what I really like to see, this passing play here. Just sort of, you could take that shot from that corner angle all day, and that's probably the first thought of most players, but that's not the first thought of these guys. These guys are going to know, I have to pass it out mid. That's a higher likelihood of me scoring the ball, and it's sort of taking a page out of the Titans, right? Because that's what we saw from the Titans earlier in the CRL matchup, and you know, it's pretty common to see that for teams, but I really like seeing it evolve to the point of finishing out this overtime match for us.
All right, 80% of total shots taken and taking us to overtime, 1-2. What does that tell you about Fresno State's defense?
Fresno State's defense is out of this world right now, defensively. I mean, just the volume of shots that were there. And a lot of the shots that were taken were a lot of solo plays, admittedly, and a lot of solo shots. So it is sort of that thing of you do that the entire time, and then finally you get to overtime, you get this opportunity to pass, and you take it, which is good to see from this team, right? And I think that sort of gives our players as well a sort of insight into, okay, what's Fresno State's weakness, right? Passing the ball in a short range. They're not going to react super fast. So I think you can sort of take advantage of that and sort of experiment with it in Game 3.
And what do you think Fresno State kind of needs to tighten up? Because that was overtime of only 10 seconds. Fresno State can definitely kind of take these rounds.
Offensively, you know, looking a little bit on the slower side comparing the Boise State has a lot of, they dictate a lot of the momentum and they control the ball and sort of maybe minimizing the ping pong level of what you do with the ball and sort of controlling dribbling wise and ground play wise of how you control the ball.
So it looks like the ball's going to go straight up into the air and off the ground as it's immediately spiked out. Instinct scoring a goal in the first 5 seconds. I think that's a good omen for Boise State.
What a perfect pass for Instinct, and just Instinct knowing I got to get above this ball to get it down, and that's just one of the things that it's something you see so often for these players of just they know exactly what to do with the ball because they've seen it hundreds of times in their games, and if you can pull it off in a ranked game, why not pull it off in the Mountain West Championship, not semi-play?
Looks like as we're going to send the ball right over to Dirtho. Regicide is on him, though. Looks like Laylos and Gil are kind of fighting for the ball here. We see Gil kind of take it over a little bit. Lots of bouncing, lots of demo on the Regicide. Looks like Laylo is going to immediately get that demo onto Instinct as well. Both teams down 1 here. Boise State having an advantage in boost.
A little bit of bump play. Regicide getting 1 touch off to the sidewall. Is there any follow-up? Dirtho sending over Hyena. Hyena going to clear it off the backboard. Instinct is elevated for this. Gets 1 touch. Or looking for the read off the ceiling. Does get it. Hyena put in a good amount of work for this defensive side of Fresno State. Gil left possession of the ball. He's going to make a pass out to Dirtho on the ceiling. 1 touch. Is Gil going to make a touch? Not before Regicide says, nah.
Dirtho's going to go ahead and dink that over to the left there. Straight into Instinct, who gets demoed by Laylo. That is Boise State down 1. Dirtho's going to go ahead and get that score there. It looks like Instinct was the prize. But Dirtho currently takes us up 2 to Fresno State's nothing.
Leaving your net open, yeah, that demo play, you know, that That 50 really needed to come in clutch for Fresno State there. If that demo or that 50 comes out any bit better for them, they don't have an open net, and they're still in the game a little bit. But just about under 4 minutes left is still a lot of game to play, as we've been saying.
Looks like Regicide's going to send that up into the air, kind of bounce it into the corner, and then we do see Hyena. Woo! Kind of taking that ball really close. Instinct is there to defend, just barely going to get that disrupt. Pass it over to Durtho, who's going to send it back kind of away from the members of Fresno State. Pushing is a unit of 3 right now. There's nobody in that net. Regicide's rotating back, but Hyena will be able to get there just in time. Says hello. Gil's going to go ahead and get that massive clear and the save off of Hyena's shot on goal.
Durtho trying to make another ceiling read here. Gets the bump on Hyena. Isn't a big enough disrupt to do anything about it. However, they might be off the sidewall again. He's going to be beat by Laylox. Gil now having control of the ball on the ground. Isn't going to find much value out of it, but does make a pass out mid. Hyena is there to disrupt it. Laylox playing upfield, looking for the pass. Doesn't quite get it. Instinct's going to disrupt it, looking for the pass. And Durtho off the ceiling wall. It's shot back down to Durtho. Doesn't find any value out of it. But now Hyena would control the ball, and Fresno State looking for a counterattack.
We're going to kind of have Durtho send things over here, and Regicide bounce things over to the left. It's still in possession of the ball. Going to send it. That is an empty Boise State net. Gil's got to get there in time. Actually, it was almost there too fast. Has to circle back and get that save on Regicide there.
Gil now to touch off the backboard. Looks going to drop right down. Laylox making a perfect read. Durtho's going to send it back over to the corner here, looking for one more. It takes a shot at the sidewall. Instinct is there. It's going to be blocked up by Regicide. Laylox with a lot of time, a lot of room. Isn't going to get a quality flick out of that. Gil's going to put a good defensive showing up. Does get the 50. It's Carter 3 more saves now. Instinct there is going to be beat up by Hyena. Laylox now sending out the ceiling. Gets one back down. No Fresno State attackers commit to that ball as Instinct's going to pass it up.
Oh, wow. That was almost a goal for Boise State there, but the pass is still there to Instinct. Going to send things over to Durtho, who's going to send things to Regicide. And now it looks like that is 3 people up in the air for the ball. And now we're back on the ground. Durtho's going to try to take possession. Maybe get a shot. Not quite able. And it looks like Hyena's going to save that. Get a minor clear, but Gil sends it right back into dangerous territory for Fresno State. Almost getting that shot.
Could be a follow-up. Instinct getting one touch off. The third man for Fresno State left to defend with an open net. It's up and elevated, going back down. Instinct was trying to make the read there. Durtho on the sidewall, having to play shadow here. Hyena with possession, looking for a flick. Does get it past Gil. Is 50. Right side going to make a defensive play here off the backboard. Does make it. Instinct's quick to follow up. Is going to find it with an open net. Gil's taking his time with the demo play coming out. Gil.
Lots of alkalides in that chat that we're going to go ahead and score that goal. We see the giggle, the smile, love it. Watching that replay, Gil's going to go in. That defender would have stopped if the demo didn't come out. Now from Boise State, up 3 to Fresno State's nothing. 53 seconds remaining. There's more than one goal every 30 seconds.
Instinct having a good defensive play off to the corner. Gets the second touch. Allows Boise State a little bit of breathing room, a little bit of miscommunication, and not a quality touch coming out on the backboard. Sets Fresno State up for their first goal of game 2? Game 3?
Game 3.
Game 3, yeah.
Not gonna lie, Boise State's still got 2 padding goals. That is 1 goal every 21 seconds for Fresno State, just a tie. And that 50-50 is gonna go the way of Boise State, it looks like.
Oh.
Ooh, Durtho almost getting a shot on goal there as well as Instinct. Wow! Regicide's here to slay some kings on the counterattack there. Boise State's padding goal has been diminished to 1. Fresno State's really pulling off what almost feels like a reverse sweep in these final seconds. 32, 2-3.
Boise State got punished for playing really far up, but also Fresno State making some really quality saves there and a good little pass. Instinct off to the side, makes the play to Durtho off the ceiling. Wow.
Instinct sends it up in the air, all the way up into the skybox where only Durtho can reach. Durtho gets that little touch and sends it sailing into the goal, and Lalo couldn't get in there to defend in time. Boise State now up 2. 2 for Fresno State, 4 for Boise State, 23 seconds remaining.
Lalo's trying to get the flip, doesn't get anything out of it. Regicide playing around 2 defenders almost. Gil not getting the pass out of mid. Lalo's going to play it down for Regicide. Regicide putting it past Instinct. But now it's just about 8 seconds left. Fresno State's got to put something on the board as an open net shows up. But the defense from Boise State is impeccable. And Gil is going to end it out for game 3.
All right, Boise State now at match point. In a best of 7, you need 4. What do these stats tell you?
A little bit of lessons, it's sort of the same story as last game around. Besides that side control that we saw at 52, sort of that 5% gain you get there doesn't play so much, but it definitely shows Fresno State had a lot more kind of less presence in the offensive side than we saw from last series around, which is sort of what they need to reverse, right? If they really want to get on this horse, right, and they really want to get back in this game, no pun intended to the Broncos, just getting in on it, really. It's sort of hard to put into terms, right? It's sort of locking in the mental and realizing it's game 3, it's do or do not. You really need to just sort of lock in. Don't play for anything, just play to stay alive.
You need to get a goal within the first 5 seconds. I mean, right? Mm-hmm. That's what we did last time, and that ended up winning the round and putting us at match point.
Yep, exactly. You sort of, you just need to play for yourself, and you need to play for momentum rise, right? Being that player that's going to say, hey, I'm going to get this first goal, give it to me, you might end up making the difference for your team.
But also make sure not to, steal plays from your team, right? I mean, you got to get the passes back and forth, especially because Fresno State seems kind of weak to those.
Mm-hmm. Prideful enough to take the shot when you need to, but also, that humble teammate that knows when's the best time to pass the ball off.
Definitely. Respect your teammates and yourself. Key to Rocket League.
Go off this 50, looking for Durtho. Gonna have a reset here with this Dominus now, looking for a pinch play, does get it, a little bit too strong, but Instinct's up to follow up. Gets a second touch, but Hyena's out to play it. Gil now staying off the sidewall, looking for a pass, gets a flip reset actually. Isn't gonna find too much value out of it, but Instinct sending it off. Gil almost getting the bump that would have resulted in a goal, but now Durtho forced to play defense here. It's bumped off the ball, Hyena's elevated, but it's gonna be sent offside for Instinct to make a touch.
All right, Lalo's going to get a massive clear over on the Boise State side of the field. Gil's going to ping-pong that right back to midfield, straight to Durtho. Not able to get the second touch. That's not a goal for Boise State. 4 minutes and 18 seconds remaining. Both teams 0-0.
Instinct looking to play around Hyena. Doesn't get it, but an open net for the side of Boise State, but Gil's there to play defense. Coming as that last stop for Boise State. The pass out to Durtho. Durtho's going to go ahead and fake the ball, cause a miss on the side of Fresno State. Gil's also going to fake the ball, playing a little bit of defense in terms of shadowing-wise. Instinct passing out to Durtho. Durtho getting the flick with the dominance, doesn't quite get off the sidewall. Now Fresno State's looking for a counter as 2 players commit. This could be dangerous for Fresno State.
It looks like those 2 members are able to get back in net, though, as we send things straight over to the orange side of the court. Gil's going to send things over. No! That is Hyena. First goal for Fresno State. Will they be able to pull off the reverse sweep? They're only up 1 against Boise State with 3 minutes remaining.
It's an unfortunate little, miss on a side touch there. Probably looking for something a little more different. That's one of those things you just gotta wipe the dust off, right? You just gotta get up off the ground, shake it off. It is what it is. There's still a lot of game left to play.
Looks like Gil's going to be straight up, taking that straight up in main. Lalo's going to get almost a shot on backboard, but Instinct's going to go ahead and send that up in the air. Deny Hyena. It looks like Regicide's going to deny Durtho as well as Gil sends things up into the air main. Gil's not able to get the touch to set up Durtho there. It looks like now it's Instinct trying to set up. That ball will be stolen by Regicide, past Hyena, and now Boise State needs to defend.
Trying to get that reset there. Regicide getting a good 50, keeping the ball on the side of Boise State. That's what Fresno wants to see. As Lalo's going to send it up and get a demo onto Gil. This could create a lot of space. It's not going to create too much, though. As Instinct's still on the ball, keeping it ready, gets a 50.
There it is.
Quickly going to tie it up.
Tied up, 2 minutes and 46 seconds remaining. Boise and Fresno, 1-1. Fresno's got to do more than that if they want to pull off the reverse sweep. Hyena just wasn't fast enough to get there.
Damn momentum. It's really important who scores this next goal here, because I really do feel like this next person that scores this next goal is really going to dictate the flow of the game, and is going to have a lot of control over the other side's mental.
maybe even take the round. Maybe that's the last goal that gets scored. It looks like straight as we go into the orange, Durtho's going to send things over. Regicide's kind of fighting with him for the ball, but Durtho maintains confident possession and sends it away just before it gets stolen.
Go off the sidewall here. Isn't going to get too much out of it. Regicide taking a shot on the net. Isn't going to be on target anyway, though. But the defense from Instinct's going to block it out. And Durtho now having one touch. The takeover by Instinct is going to be 50'd out by Regicide. Having a whole lot of room and space. Nobody left in net besides Gil, but that doesn't matter as Gil makes the unstoppable defensive play. Off the ceiling, might get the touch. Doesn't quite get it. Durtho's not able to follow up. Now pass out to mid with Regicide with a lot of control and Instinct looking for the pass out mid.
Looks like as we kind of send it, we're still bouncing back and forth mid. Instinct's going to drive up the sidewall, drive on the ceiling, take a page out of Durtho's book. And it looks like as we kind of send things over into the corner with Regicide, Boise State needs to get possession of this ball. We got to break the tie. Minute and 37 seconds remaining.
A bump coming out of the goal, but Durtho is there to rotate just in time to stop that. Does get the demo on Laylox. Hyena getting the 50 out towards midfield. Isn't going to find too much value as Gil and Instinct team up for that. The pass out of Durtho in the backfield. Oh, Durtho almost gets that touch there as Fresno State's regrouping for that counterattack, but it's stopped.
That was a massive clear for the side of Boise State. Now, and that's a massive clear for the side of Fresno State, sending us all the way back into the orange. And Durtho's going to take us back to the blue. Is there a shot on goal to be had here, or maybe a pass? It looks like Instinct's main kind of waiting for that ball. We see Lalo definitely disrupting them though, and things roll over back into the orange side of the court. Fresno and Boise tied 1-1. 47 seconds remaining.
The shot on net is blocked out by Gil and Instinct. The double command there could be punished. Hyena's up, does make a good stop on the ball. Stops a lot of momentum for it. Gil looking for the pass off the sidewall, does get it. There is nobody on the side of BSU to follow up for it. Gil now has to play the sidewall defense. The demo from Instinct onto Regicide there. Hyena's going to get a 50, but it's going to be stopped out. Regicide sending it over. Gil now has possession. Getting that flip on the sidewall to Durtho. Not going to find too much. The ball speeds around the field too much.
It looks like Regicide's going to send things over into the... No, not quite. Durtho's going to stop. It's the third to Gil. There it is. Final seconds of the game. Boise State looks like they're going to win the fourth round. Fresno only has 7 seconds to score a goal. That's got to be off the next 50-50.
That goal is going to be big for these players. With that 7 seconds, that's put a lot of pressure on Fresno State to really do something here. And they're probably really in the depths here of just got to regroup, got to do something about it. Hyena is now elevated, doesn't get much touch as the ball looking doomingly to touch the ground. None of the Boise State players going to make a touch. Hyena does make a last-second touch. Laylox now taking control. Might have it. Is there going to be a disruption here? Durtho sending over the side. There's no player for it. Gil keeps it alive. Hovering just in the air.
Coming out.
Hyena takes a shot. Oh, no way!
Keeping it alive. Let him tie it up. We hear the comms. What are you doing? What are you doing? That is a tie, and we're sending us to overtime. Fresno State, the reverse sweet dreams are here alive. 50-50 goes the way of Boise State, actually, as Gil has possession of the ball.
Oh, the shot by Instinct is blocked out by Hyena. This follow-up shot back down is their defense. Regicide misses. The tension is building up for this game 4. Match point for Boise State, or does it stay alive for Fresno State? Laylox now looking for the pass out mid.
Looks like we're kind of sending things back and forth here. Now things are still in the orange side of the court. Regicide that was almost a shot on net there. We see Gil send things over into the blue. And Durtho's gonna get that for 39 seconds into overtime. Boise State's gonna break that tie, 3-2. It's Boise State winning 4 rounds and our best of 7. We see Gil with the setup, Durtho with the follow through. All right, Boise State is our winner here tonight. Honestly, that last match, lots of unexpected things happened.
Oh yeah, it got closer and closer. It turned into a real nail biter at the very end. And it was one of those things of, it really shocked me, or not shocked me, this is something Boise State's always been good at. It's sort of just being able to stay on your toes and get this deep downfield pass for the goal.
And Boise State Esports is always looking for talented players, production, and broadcasters. Top talent, along with good grades and eligibility, can earn scholarships as well. Sign up today by visiting boisestate.edu/esports for more information. And, you know, maybe you'll be like Durtho and join the semester and take us all the way to the Mountain West semifinals, now finals.
Moving on to that finals is big, and, you know, it's the mentality, right? It's the Lion-based mentality of, like, you know, king of the jungle, right? I think that's the key to the mentality, right? We talked about that in the beginning of the series, and I think that's sort of what these players exhibit very well.
Regicide came to slay some kings and was not able to lop off any heads here tonight.
Did not find anything.
Boise State just kind of took them out there. What are your final thoughts? What do you think worked so well for Boise State on an individual player level? Because we're getting to the player of the game.
On an individual player level, they passed a lot there, right? It was a lot of passing, and we saw a lot to Durtho as well, where Durtho's sort of like this designated, hey, I'm going to be downfield. You two can handle the defense. You guys are good enough to do it, and I trust you guys. Just lob the ball my way when you finally get the clear. And it happens, and it works, and it obviously works because it won Game 4. So I think on an individual basis, each of those players know exactly how to execute high-level passes in plays.
And Durtho spends absolutely no time on Boise State's side of the field.
No, why would I?
That is a kill instinct defensive job.
Why would I, you know? That's
why bother when they've got it, right?
Exactly.
Like the kill instinct duo.
How many times do we see Durtho off the ceiling? We need a Durtho ceiling.
Driving on the ceiling.
Exactly.
So we're looking at our player of the game. Durtho is, of course, our first nomination here with the most goals scored.
Which is always, you know, it's always going to be like the easiest, right, to decide on. And it's sort of, that's always what, like, player of the game is going to be, because that's also how sort of the game itself decides MVP as well.
Who scored the most goals?
Yeah, you know, goals give the most points. So, but I think more than anything, each player had an individual level of defensively, offensively, and assist-wise of being important to this game and showing Fresno State we're always a little bit of a step ahead.
I'd like to particularly highlight Gil for player of the game before we go in there, because Gil is always kind of like the last line of defense. It's either like Gil is back there to get the clear. Without Gil there, I mean, you don't have those Durtho shots. You don't have him driving on the ceiling. Without Gil there, you don't have Instinct getting the goal. You have Boise State giving up goals.
Yes, which actually that was so great. The timing there was actually amazing, because that play by Gil was a save. Calculated save. Is that in the notes?
Yeah, it's in my notes right here. Gil always saves.
I think my player of the game is going to have to be Durtho this time around, though.
Oh, you're just going for the score, jockey.
Yeah, you know, it's got to be, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there it is, and Durtho's definitely making us more successful here. You can't win games if you don't get points on the board. And the ICCU player of the game is brought to you, of course, by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success. Durtho is the Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game and our main score maker. Driving on the ceiling, getting goals. Man, that heart with the little pop idol, it's becoming iconic for Boise State.
It is becoming iconic, and like a lot of players have pointed out to me before. Actually, Durtho has not changed. I think his goal explosion the entire time.
Nope.
And I think it needs to stay this way. I think, in fact, I'd be mad if Durtho changed the goal explosion.
I think it's intentional. I think it's intentionally iconic. The gamer tag was picked to be easy to pronounce for casters. The goal scoring is iconic, and Instinct and Gil are just happy to set him up and do the defense.
More than just setting up, right? You know.
Oh, yeah.
As easy as it is to focus on the big plays and to focus on Durtho off the ceiling and, you know, flip resetting and everything like that, it's so easy to get lost in that. But more than anything, these players are key to that fundamental as well. Replace these players as a so and speak cog with anything else, and I think things become a lot less workable, a lot rough.
Instinct and Gil, pre-Durtho last semester, I mean, they won the Mountain West. We've got the rings in the mail. Like, Durtho's the primary point scorer, but it's by no means a carry here for Boise State. Do you have any final thoughts to close out the night?
Move on to win the finals.
Let's go.
Take the same analogy. Take the same scoreline that we just put on and move it to the final. It's as easy as a 0-0 reset, new game. You know, just because it has the title finals on it doesn't mean it's any more different than any other regular or casual game.
And these are all teams that you've played before. Now our record is 15-0. We're feeling pretty good here at Boise State. And for our top 5 plays, they are presented by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. With more than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for, the Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there. Reach out to them on Twitch at iGuard Gaming. And from all of us here at Boise State, thank you for joining us for a great night of absolutely rolling people in Rocket League. And things back and forth here. Now things are still in the orange side of the court. Regicide almost, that was almost a shot on net there. We see Gil send things over into the blue.
Oh,
Gonna get that for 39 seconds into overtime. Boise State's gonna break that tie, 3-2. Boise State winning 4 rounds and our best high. And that 50-50 is going to go the way of Boise State, it looks like.
Oh.
Ooh, Durko almost getting a shot on goal there as well as Instinct. Wow! Regicide's here to slay some kings on the counterattack there. Boise State's padding goal has been diminished to 1. Fresno State's really pulling off.
Right side going to have to make a defensive play here off the backboard. Does make it. Instinct's quick to follow up. Is going to find it with an open net. Gil's taking his time with the demo play coming out. Gil.
Lots of alkalides in that chat that we're going to go ahead and score that goal. We see the giggle, the smile. Love it. Watching that replay, Gil's going to go in. That defender would have...
Demo on Laylos. Instinct with the shot off the sidewall. Isn't going to make real progress there. And now Fresno State man to Canner. Will Gil get there in time? No.
Not quite. Gil gets there. Just touch it, but not quite enough there. That is the first goal on the board in this best of 7 for Fresno State. Boise State currently down.
What you do with the ball and sort of controlling, dribbling-wise and ground play-wise, of how you control the ball.
So it looks like the ball's going to go straight up into the air and off the ground. It's immediately spiked out. Instinct scoring a goal in the first 5 seconds. I think that's a good omen for Boise State.
What a perfect pass for Instinct. And just Instinct knowing I got to get a